Hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Ah, so I wanted to start today, of course, by welcoming everyone, and I'd like you to invent a new way of welcoming yourself. Just to, if you met yourself at a party, what's a new way that you could, because this is a party, this is a come as you are party. How would you welcome yourself? What's a new way of welcoming? So I'm just kind of patting my own cheeks. The thing that I used to hate when I was little, like woo 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 woo. But when I do it, it feels very friendly. Great. And exchanging with felines and other animal companions, that's a great way to do it also. And then just take a moment and notice. So for me, I've spelt warmth. That was one thing, warmth and expansion and more breath. So take a moment and notice the impact of welcoming for you. And just notice where you might experience that. And also notice if you are asking for anything more. Like, oh, I'd like a little more of that. Okay, or I'd like a hug, or I'd like a love scoop over here. Yeah, so just notice because your body might be waking up to the whole idea of giving and receiving attention with you, that you don't need to require it from other people. You can give it to yourself. So giving it with your intention, with touch. Ah, and so when I do that, I also experience myself more here. Here I am. And that sense of presence and that experience of presence is what we're up to, moving from fear and dislocation into presence. And from presence, that's where connection is possible. And from connection, we get nourished, connection with ourselves and with others. And so presence, connect, and play is actually what we do here in Loops and Scoops. So that however you are right now, you can welcome that. I also find that I pause when I'm actually welcoming myself and I'm receiving that. I pause to actually experience it. So it allows me to drop out of the hurry, hurry, go, 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 do, where I'm not really with myself. I'm slightly out in front of myself. So notice if during the day, no matter what time of day it is where you are right now, if you're in the moment or you're ahead of the moment. So most of us, without being aware of it, are ahead of the moment. So we're never actually where we are. We're out ahead of that. And so what would happen if you just clunk, you just kind of clunk located yourself back and you're like, go get yourself that's out there in front and bring it back and just locate it in your body. Yeah, beautiful. So I have an inspiration for our practice today, our continued practice, that I would love to have Michelle share the screen now so that people who may be watching the recording can see this also. And I just want to speak to what you're going to be seeing here. I found this the other day on social media, and I immediately dropped into wonder. And I invite you to let your attention go out into this, looking at this photograph and then coming back into you, giving attention to the photograph and then giving attention to what opens up into you. So I want to share a couple of things that I see. I see whole body attention. And I don't think I've ever seen a photograph that illustrates more clearly what happens when you let your whole body focus on something. And you can just see the rapt attention that is focused on this amazing creature that they're not trying to capture or to do anything with. They're just giving their whole attention to a wow. This is a wow moment. And my sense is that we can generate that kind of wonder as a lens for us being in the world, as a lens for us giving and receiving attention. So just imagine if you were able to bring this kind of wonder to more and more of your interactions. So just for a minute or so, I'd love for you to give your attention and notice what part of the picture that you're looking at, and then come back, bring that attention back to you and notice what it's like to receive that kind of wonder, and wonder about how you can generate that kind of wonder in you. And the main way that I find gives me a bridge to wonder is to create the whole out breath. So while we're looking at this, I'd like you to generate a few through an entire out breath, creating a delicious sound in you, and noticing how you can use your body to support opening up more to that and letting yourself have the ride on your attention as you bring it toward the photograph, and then bringing all of that wonder back in and noticing where your body wants to receive that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now let's let the photograph go into the chat so people, you can come and grab it if you would like to use it as inspiration. But I would like you to now continue and letting your attention go out, and and letting your attention come into you. It's a kind of a wonder attention love scoop, because as I'm I'm letting my wonder just lead my attention, and I'm noticing out the window some flowers that I had not seen before. They just went poof, and the color of them, and then back into you, and noticing where in you the opens up, the says, I'd like to have some touch. I'd like to have some breath here. So the movement of your attention, when you pair it with for me, opens up wonder. And I invite you to see what opens up for you when you let the actual and you may move from one pitch to another. So from day to day, I have sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower. Mine is lower today. It's like So let yourself play with how your body wants to respond to the as well as your attention. And and you can let that be combined with the love scoop. So you can scoop and share, and the you can gather in the with your love scoops and direct it anywhere in your body that's going, oh, me too, me too. And then letting it, as it's like priming the wonder pump. So as you, it may come through other senses too. So we're in the middle of another one of our blessed rainstorms here in Southern California. And so as I am sending my attention out, I realize I'm hearing all of this wonder, this wonderful rain patters, which is another way of celebrating and wondering with sound. And then also we're including touch. And then there's your internal touch. Because for me, when in fact, for a moment, put your hands, on your shoulders or your high chest or your chest and your throat, and notice that the vibrates you. It palpably vibrates you. Ooh, Stephen's on the top of his head, so I'm going to try that too. Yeah, I can feel it there too. Notice that you may hear the vibration, but you may not be aware that you can feel into the touch of the vibration from the inside. And for me, how that vibration opens up space, particularly in my chest and in my throat. And since this is the area for most people where we experienced the COVID virus affecting us in our respiratory systems, and this is also emotionally the place of sadness and grief. So letting yourself really vibrate your chest will allow any residue, anything that you're currently experiencing that wants to be experienced and released. The can do all of that. Can allow you to really drop into being with. So notice that it may change the rhythm of your sending your attention out and bringing your attention back to you. In general, I want to ask you to favor giving attention to you. Because so our culture, especially when we're in the middle of a lot of fear, the attention goes outward, to protect. But what if with the I can enjoy that vibration through my fingertips, and I'm now going to just give that vibration to another part of my body. Ooh, I felt little goosebumps all the way down through my feet. So that was a good one. I got an energy stream that ran all the way down. So when you're experiencing the out and then you bring the in, let yourself actually touch and feel the vibration. So for me, there's a natural pause. Notice if there's a kind of a resting pause that occurs. And I find that incredibly beneficial. Finding an organic pause that allows me to be with myself. Notice anywhere else that vibration may want to touch. And let yourself experiment a little bit with different pitches, because different pitches are going to vibrate you in a different way, and it may open up different places that you want to bring that to. So takes you out. Have you noticed? I've noticed that I haven't criticized myself at all during this. So your has another very beneficial effect, with which it shifts you from critical brain to wonder brain. And you can do that repeatedly through the day. Like if you're caught with some, you got to make a decision, or some kerfuffle happens and, interrupts the flow of your bliss, you can do a few and presence yourself again in that space of wonder, which you can then take into even questions like, I wonder how I could easily resolve this, or I wonder what else is available here. So, I've solved problems, opened up new pathways simply by wondering. And I love it how the for me also lets me know if I need to rest. and it is in itself restful, but maybe like, oh, let's get a little bit more rest today. So giving yourself little pauses through the day or through the week, I think is going to be a great way of cultivating wonder, because wonder is going to allow us to open up whole new territory. So I want to share with you. Do we have can we share the card also screenshot? Perfect. So I've been sharing at the end of at the pause of our loops and scoops, I've been sharing different of our integrity cards so that we can have that also as a guide for the week. And what I'm going to do while Michelle is looking for this, I'd like you to just let yourself down at the bottom there. You might not see, but there's feet. So there are feet that are propped up and relaxing. And it's, to me, I find this that I'm relaxing into the universe. I'm opening up to the cosmos. Yes, there's this one. And
That's only part of it. I'll see if I have the deck,
yeah,
the
yeah,
electronic one.
no problem at all. No problem at all. So while you're looking at that, let me just read to you. I create openness to learning in and from all of my experiences and collaborations. And I'll say that once more. I create openness to learning in and from all my experiences and collaborations. So what I noticed there is that it doesn't say from all of my experiences and collaborations that I like or that are easy. It's from all of my experiences. The willingness to learn from all of our experiences really contributes to using wonder. And here's the question: by what means can I shift readily and easily from blame to wonder? Great. So let's let the screenshot go away again. So there are a couple of key things here that have made a huge difference for me. When I've decided that I've committed to learn from all of my experiences, then I don't have to decide, is this an important one? No, this one's not important. No, this is just a little thing. It's not really valuable. I'll just wait until something hits me over the head. The learning from every experience allows you to have your learning be friendly, because if you can catch it when it's just emerging, like the little, oh, something's going on here, that, which your can allow you to open up to. Wonder catches things at the edge of the meadow before the dump truck comes up to your door and goes and dumps everything on you. And the question I also like here: by what means can I shift readily? So I was sharing with you this morning one of the means that I find incredibly reliable, and that's the And if I and let my body open to humming, and then I add to the a question that I'm really curious about, I'm genuinely curious about. So, I wonder how I can, I wonder how I can open up more bridging between opposites in everything that's going on in the world right now. So it doesn't have to be something personal to you. It can be a global question. My sense is that wonder can fuel our resolutions, our solutions, both personally, but also in connection with each other. So I invite you this week to, as a way of locating yourself, and humming and love scooping to feel the loveliness of that vibration. Is what those little kids would have been sounding if they were making a sound. I'm sure it would have either that or oh, and ah, and oh, the open sounds that we make when we're open to wonder. And so we can cultivate wonder by opening as an invitation to wonder rather than waiting for wonder to land on us. You can invite wonder. And so that's what I invite you to do this week, and letting yourself enjoy that as the base of your being that you can return to over and over again. So thank you for experimenting. Your collaboration is what is creating what I'm saying. So I'm just, I have an idea and then I show up and I see what's going on. And so I want to appreciate you for co-creating this with me, because it's just such a joy to be with the community. And so now finally my cat goes, hey, something going on in there. What's going on? She'd been a sleepyhead this morning. So I'm going to take my leave now, and I invite you to stay and share about wonder and obstacles to wonder and what you're wondering about these days, and how you can amplify your wonder. So regardless of what's going on around you, you can be a wonder beam, a wonder lighthouse. All right. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.